One Piece! Ikuzo!
Is there another Yonko level pirate out there in One Piece, and is he still residing in a Kano country? The historic connections and hints are there. Besides the 5 infamous pirate members of the Rocks pirates like Rocks, Whitebeard, Big Mom, Shiki and Kaido, there are 3 named others, which were Captain John, Silver's Axe and Ochoku. The pirate I want to talk about is Ochoku, also known as Wangzi. The reason for this is because it could lead on to many connections and why he would have been a terrible opponent to deal with. Enjoy the video. A secret Yonko level pirate, Kaido's former crew member. Hi everyone, Flying Panda. Before we begin, please click like on the video and subscribe if you haven't. Also, thanks for the congratulations about the video about Izo, who's from Wano. As always, when they're correct, I'm really happy. It makes me more happy when we all celebrate together. Thank you, Nakama. Now on to the video. At some point in the past, the Rock Pirates were a legendary and powerful pirate crew that sailed the seas 38 years before the current storyline. They would go on to become the strongest crew of their time, to the point of them threatening the world government itself. The organization was made by a dangerous band of pirates who gathered at Hashinosu. Their mutual quest for fame and fortune led to the formation of the crew. However, according to Sengoku, they were very violent and would kill friends and foes alike, and their lack of camaraderie caused crew members to kill each other constantly, even while at sea. 5 years later, the former members would go on to form their own crews. Besides the 5 infamous pirates like Rocks, Whitebeard, Big Mom, Shiki and Kaido, there were 3 named others, which were Captain John, Silver's Axe and Ochoku. In Thriller Bark, we have seen Captain John, who is indeed a zombie, and potentially Silver Axe and Ochoku, Wangzi, were seen as general zombies. Well, I won't debunk this because it has good context, and Moria was only after the best who he can get his hands on. The pirate I want to talk about is Ochoku, also known as Wangzi. The reason for this is because it could lead on to many connections and why he would be a terrible opponent to deal with. Being a Chinese pirate, he would indeed have a Chinese look about him, and in the world of One Piece, Kano Kuni is the China of One Piece. Wangzi in real life left behind a difficult legacy, as he was at the same time a merchant who fostered maritime trade and a pirate king who was at the top of the violent enterprise. A pirate king, huh? The Kano country is a nation in West Blue where the Shinjo family came from. The country resembles an ancient Chinese city with buildings with Chinese-style architecture. It also has several tall rock peaks around the city. So yes, with this short connection, I believe Wangzi is from the Kano country. Does Don Xinjiao and his crew look similar to this zombie here? You can decide for yourselves. If Wangzi is still alive, he would be very fearsome and powerful. The reason I say this is because of what we saw with the Hypo Army. The Hypo Army's signature combat technique is a Hashokan, which allows the user to emit vibrations in physical strikes, breaking through shields and defenses and inflicting heavy damage. The vibrations can be imbued in virtually any melee attack, such as fists, elbows and kicks, and even the head. The techniques can be used in conjunction with Shoku Haki for more devastating attacks. It is similar to one of the applications of the Goro Goro no Mi, formerly used by Whitebeard. With evidence like this, he would indeed be Yonko level to have fought side by side with the Rocks pirates. Now what does Wangju and the Kano country bring to the story of One Piece? Based on historic facts and research, I believe that the Kano country will have pirates that will come to the aid of Kaido. Crazy, right? But it makes sense. In real life, Wangju arrived in Japan in the 1540s and made his base in the Goto Islands. Although he was a leader of the great smuggling syndicate that launched many raids against China, he himself claimed to have never participated in the raid in person. Indeed, Wangju considered himself a sea merchant. In the end, the Chinese government thought otherwise and beheaded him. In the year 2000, a monument was erected to Wangju in his hometown of Huangshan City. In 2005, 2 Chinese professors defaced the monument, saying that Wangju was a race traitor. However, Wangju was only one of the more successful Chinese pirate merchants working with the Japanese during this period. So, a Chinese pirate, Wangju, coming in the aid of Japan, Wano Kuni. It would have been great if Wangju came to the aid of Luffy and the retainers, but however, as we know, Wangju and Kaido were in the same crew. The king of the Kano country, Ramen, even has the name of the Japanese noodles. Ramen is a man with a tall, bald head that has a Chinese dragon tattoo on the left side. Ramen is a dish that uses Chinese-style wheat noodles, which fits the Chinese theme of the Kano country. Is he already a traitor? Wangju will be using the Hashoken. The techniques can be used in conjunction with Boshoku Haki for more devastating attacks. Wangju is a master of Hashoken. As a reminder of this attack, the best example is from Sai, who attained tremendous physical prowess as well as immense skill in the unique martial arts which generate vibration and physical attacks, and Sai personally had an emphasis in using vibration enhanced kicks. After seeing his destructive power, even Roronoa Zoro noticed his ability and decided to remember his name for the future. Like all YONKO level fighters, I believe that Wangju also had a weapon. Sai was seen using a sword when attempting to launch at Luffy in the fight at Block C. He used a bladed polearm proficiently. Sai acrobatically held himself at his enemies by balancing on his polearm and swinging himself in their direction in a manner similar to pole vaulting. Sai can use the momentum generated by such an assault to land kicks and other attacks on his foes. I'm expecting the fighting will be similar to this when we see Wangju fights. But if Wangju and his crew do come to Wano to help Kaido, who will be the one to go against him and his crew? My belief is from one of the Straw Hat Grand Fleet, the Hypo Navy. The Shinjo family is a gang from the Kano country led by Don Shinjo. Members of the family have a blood relationship with each other, with the exception of Baby 5, who became a member of the family via her marriage to Sai. From the Straw Hat Grand Fleet, they were one of my favorites and stand out the most, although would not show so much of them during Dressrosa and the cover stories if they're not to be important in the future. Let's hope their loyalty still lies with Luffy and not Wangju. The first pirate from Kano country that we've seen I believe to be Scratchman Apu, also known as the Roar of the Sea, a long-armed and infamous music-themed pirate and captain of the on-air pirates. Based on his character design, he looks like he's from Kano country even though it was stated he was from the longer-armed tribe from the Grand Line. Based on the SBS, if One Piece was set in the real world, then Apu would be from China, and Apu's name was taken from the 19th century real-life Chinese pirate Cui Apu. Cui Apu was a 19th century Qing Chinese pirate who commanded a fleet of more than 50 junks in the South China Sea. Interesting enough, Scratchman Apu was the first supernova who have joined Kaido, or correction, was he always working with Kaido in the first place? It's very interesting that Wangju came about because I was working on the script from another pirate named Shinji, who was the most famous Chinese pirate and was known as the Pirate Queen. A Chinese pirate leader who terrorized China's seas during the Jianqing Emperor period of the Qing dynasty. In the early 19th century, she commanded over 300 junks, traditional Chinese sailing ships, maintained by 20,000 to 40,000 pirates, men, women, and even children. She entered into conflict with the major nations such as the British Empire, the Portuguese Empire, and the Qing dynasty. Qingxi and her crew's exploits have since been featured in numerous books, novels, video games, and films about piracy. pirates and their way of life in China as well as worldwide. She is widely considered to be the most successful pirate in history based on the fact that she commanded the largest crew ever assembled and that she died in her own bed as a free woman. With this Chinese theme which is potentially going to be involved in the One Piece world, don't be surprised if we get a mention of her name in the story. Wang Ju, Scratch Manapoo and the Pirates of Kano Country would be an amazing force for Kaido to have. That would be Big Mom, Kaido and Wang Ju, 3 of the former Rock's pirates working together to create the biggest war the world has ever seen. Anyways, thanks for watching the video. What do you think of the video? Please leave your comments down below. Please click like, and if you haven't, please subscribe to Flying Panda. And of course, join our Discord. I can't wait to meet you there to discuss about this theory. See you guys soon.